I'm going to introduce you all to an amazing head teacher, an incredible leader. Now, they call themselves principals in the United Arab Emirates. She's a head teacher, okay? She's a principal in the UAE. She's here in the UK. She's a head teacher. And this is Vijaya Kumari Satyan. I hope that I pronounced that correctly. And I'm going to hand over to you, Vijaya, so that you can introduce yourself and tell us more about yourself and your school.
Thank you, Melanie. And thank you so much for giving me and my school, the Westminster School in Dubai, an opportunity to be a part of Educcate Global. I'm Vijaya Kumari Satyan. I'm the head of school at the Westminster School, Dubai. And Dubai, I mean, our school is a very unique school. We have children from we have 5,000 children from about 70 different countries. And every day is a new day for us, and there's a lot of learning. And I've been in this school for the last 27 years. So I have seen this school growing. And I started my career as a teacher, and here I am today, head of school. And I thoroughly enjoy going to school each and every day. And, you know, this last 6 months from March to June, I mean, it's a kind of a historical 6 months for us, and not only for us, for anyone across the world. And we enjoyed, because that's also something very different. And we never stopped learning. We never stopped teaching. And we got 100% support from our teachers, from our parents, and from the students. And above all, you know, integrating this climate change into the curriculum has, you know, kind of something very different from what we do every day. And even, you know, the teachers, I personally enjoyed a lot. And I got a fantastic team who has taken this forward. And you know, along with 5,000 students, we have about 290 teachers. And Melanie always find it difficult to.
Victoria, do you know what I need to ask you? How did you and your team find the time and the energy to push through the Educate Global Bronze and Silver Awards during a lockdown? Because A, you were homeschooling your own children.
Exactly.
B, you were schooling online your 5,000 pupils. C, you were mentoring and nurturing your teachers, keeping all of those 5,000 pupils, parents and carers happy. How did you, I know this is like superhuman stuff. How did you do that? How did you get your team to do that?
Okay. We actually started in the month of February, actually. And one teacher became a climate lead teacher. And she's a superb lady. Her name is Jyoti. And, you know, she's the one who started with. And she's such an enthusiastic person. And with that, it happened in February, before this lockdown. And then in March, we moved on to lockdown. Now, before lockdown, you know, I sent a mail to all the teachers, all staff saying that anyone would like to complete these 5 courses, you're welcome. And I had about more than, I mean, actually, I'm looking for 5 teachers, but anyone is interested, please go ahead and do that. And I told them very, very clearly that it is a voluntary kind of a thing, because I strongly feel, I strongly feel that, you know, this should come from within, and it should be a passion. You cannot teach anyone to become a climate change teacher. So I started getting so many mails, and, you know, by the time I sent them the document, the Educate Global Climate Change and Sustainability document, in 1 week's time, 10 teachers have completed their courses. I asked only 5 teachers, and I got about 10 teachers. From that, I had to carefully select 5 teachers, because ours is a big school. We have got foundation, primary is quite big with about 3,000 kids, and secondary boys and secondary girls. So what I've done is that I've selected 5 leaders across the school. 3 for primary and 1 for secondary boys and 1 for secondary girls. And when I've done that, and again, you know, we have teachers from Arabic teachers also we do have. So I would like them also to be a part of this program. And I made it mandatory that for primary, for those 5 climate change teachers, and for each 5, there is a 5 members, support teachers for each of those leaders. So I made it a point that for primary, there should be 1 FS representative and 1 Arabic teacher. Similarly, for secondary, all the, 2 of them actually, along with the support teachers, there should be 1 Arabic teacher in all the teams. Now, because I want them also to be a part of this team, because they're not form tutors, but they are subject teachers. They teach Arabic, but I want them also to be understand and transform learning into action in Arabic in lessons, because we have got quite a lot of Arabic parents also. So you know, it will help our Arabic parents also to understand the importance of integrating climate change in the lessons, because otherwise they will think I have to learn only maths, science and English. Why should I learn climate change? So I can use these Arabic teachers to talk to them in Arabic and make them understand the importance of learning the climate change. And that's the reason why we're integrating climate change in lessons. So from there, I mean, we got a bronze award from there. And then, you know, I said, okay. And as I said, I've got a fantastic team of people. And these 5 leaders, the climate change leaders, they came and told me that, ma'am, why don't we move to the next one? We'll go to the silver award. I said, it's not that easy, because we have to get all the 290 teachers to do at least 1 course. Okay. And they said, no, ma'am, we'll do it. Okay. I sent a mail, and you know, I was thinking, you know, how I'm going to get it done. As you said, it's not that easy to get everybody on board. So I said, we have got 4 houses. We've got house system in our school, like in UK you have. So we have 4 houses in primary, 4 houses secondary boys, and 4 houses secondary girls. They're named as Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Sigma. Okay, so I sent a mail saying that. And I asked the assistant principal pastoral, would you please help me? And what do you think? That this is my idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a kind of a competition between these houses, these 12 houses. Whichever house will come with all the teachers, complete this 1 course, will give extra points. Okay? And you don't believe that went very well. And you know, like this election voting results gone, so every night I send a mail saying that so many teachers have completed, this house is leading, this is the second house.
I just realized that you are evil. That is incredible. I was looking at the emails thinking, how is she doing this? This is not possible.
You know, then what happened, you know, it went to that extent that there were 2 houses, one sent at 12 p.m. and the other one sent at 12:01 p.m. That is the kind of which is going on between the house teachers, okay, heads of house. Okay, then I said, okay, I'll take it in such a way that I will declare these 2 houses as a tie-up. So I had to give both the houses the 3rd place actually. Okay, 12 and 12. So they all have completed, and you know, including all the middle leaders and senior leaders, not just the teachers. Everyone has completed, and I believe even I completed 1 course. And you know, I sent my certificate to everyone, because I need to lead by example, saying that, you know, I have also done it, and it's not difficult, it's easy, and it's very, very interesting, it's very informative, and this is what we should be talking to the children along with math and science and English. So you know, when I do it, it's a kind of a reassurance to the teachers. Yeah, she's doing it, so we can also do it. Okay, so when this is all finished, we got our silver award, and we are super ambitious. We are super ambitious people. Yeah, and you know, when we got it, and I asked them the question, yeah, we got the silver award. It's not about getting only the silver award and the certificate. Now we need to think about how we can make an impact in the society, talking to the children. Okay. And actually, yeah, they have already shared some of those things with you, that they have done among the students. All these teachers have created awareness, talking to them about, first, about what is this Educcate platform, why did we do this course. Okay. And the teachers have spoken to the students that we have upskilled ourselves as teachers to understand, to have a better understanding of what is climate change. And now it is a responsibility to transform that into action, that learning into action, and empower you, the students, to take over and make an impact in the society. And so the creating an awareness, they've come up with posters, they've come up with, and you don't believe, on the World Earth Day, the children have come up with beautiful Padlet walls, because it is homeschooling online. What do we do? Because unlike if it's a face to face, they go to class, from class to class, and talk to the kids, and that's what they do. So they came up with a beautiful Padlet wall, which I think we have shared with you already. And yeah, so we have created, so we got a silver certificate. We have to create an awareness, and we have to have an impact in the society. So Padlet wall, videos, posters, and one more thing, because of this online learning, even the parents are also started getting involved with the children, and they also got to know what's happening with this Educate Global. What is the meaning of bronze award? What is the meaning of silver award? They also got to know. That is kind of an advantage for us because of the remote learning. Okay, then we got, and everybody got excited. It was just 1 week. You were also there in the staff meeting, and just before we closed, we finished. I mean, we got the silver award. Then the 5 super leaders, they came and asked me, why to stop? Why can't we go to the gold award? I said, do you think that, I mean, like you said, it's a record time from February to June, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, we finished bronze and the silver award. Okay, then no, then Jyoti is a person who came and spoke to me about, ma'am, we can go for the gold award. So I said, okay, let's have our meeting. Okay, and because it's going to be summer holidays for teachers, and they need a break. So what do you think? Is it possible for our teachers to do it? They said, okay, we will talk to them. We will convince them. We will follow up with our teachers and ensure that they will all do that, because none of them are traveling. Because this is the best summer holidays we have in terms of getting all these things done. Nobody's traveling or everybody is present. Okay, because we have a lot of overseas teachers. So everybody is in Dubai, nobody's traveling, everybody's getting bored. So I said, yeah, if everybody's getting bored, we have got some work to do. So why don't we go for that? So they came back and told me that they're all ready to do it, ma'am. We'll go for that. And we will help them. And what we have done is that, because some of them, they find it difficult to to do online. So we have downloaded all the materials and gave them in the form of Word and PDF, so that it becomes easy for teachers to, you don't need Wi-Fi at all times in that case. So we have got all those things in the zip file and shared with all the teachers, all the 5 modules. So that really helped them to go through it. And we were constantly following up. Again, we have done housewise. And our leaders, first, I have completed all the 5 courses. And I told them, I have completed all the 5 courses, because if I have to guide them again, to tell them, this is how you should go it, this is the easiest of this will take some time. Okay, this is what you should be doing. So, and I personally liked the climate change learning into action, because there's a lot of practical things which we can do. And there's a lot of small steps which we can take in lessons. And I told them that's a beautiful model. It's a bit long, but you will enjoy. So I could guide them accordingly, actually. This is, by doing all the 5 courses. And yeah, don't fall off the chair. Again, you will be happy to hear that out of the 290 teachers, I got The latest update is about 186 teachers have completed all the 5 courses. You will have to soon give us the gold award.
You know, I mean, I had a Zoom meeting with Jyoti the other day. She sent me a WhatsApp. She said, "Please, can we have a meeting?" And I said, "Okay, no problem." And then she said, "Can you show me, you know, what's coming with gold?" And I said to her, "Gold is really hard. You know, bronze and silver were the entry points, but gold, you're going to take a year, at least a year, to work through gold." Maybe even 2 years to work through gold. It's the hardest one of the lot. And then obviously platinum is like super hard, but platinum is pathways to higher education. And I had to explain to her that now that you all have the knowledge, now that you are all effectively sustainability and climate change specialist teachers. You have that grounding. You've done those UN courses. You've done the inset training, how to teach sustainability and climate change. You've started integrating it. You've started mapping your curriculum, because that was one of the things that they sent me messages saying, how many hours do you want in the curriculum? And I said, look, ideally, I would like you to prove to me, you've got to prove to me that you are mapping between 30 hours, and if you can map 30 hours in, you can put 50 hours in. If you can add a push. And they did. They came back and they said, I said, you know, if you're delivering mini readers to your pupils, you know that there you have a program which can be delivered in geography, PSHE, history, geography, science, biology. You can use something for mini readers throughout the curriculum, and literacy, you know, and writing.
And even including maths, we can do it actually, you know, from the course. Yeah. And I spoke to them because I'd done the course. So I give them a kind of, guidance in terms of how we can use even in maths, the data which comes in the courses, the 5 courses which we have done. There's a lot of data in there. And we can use the data in the maths lesson to bring in an awareness among the students to better understand about the climate change.
Do you know what, Vijaya, what's really interesting for me is that your school is going to be the very first school in the world where year 5s and 6s are going to be doing United Nations courses.
Thank you so much.
To have year 5s and 6s. So what's the age group for year 5s and 6s? That's 10, 11.
10, 11, yeah.
So you're going to have 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds doing courses that some teachers struggle with. I want to have a look. You know, I've had emails sometimes in the past, as when we first launched Educate Global, I used to get emails from teachers going, "Do you know I'm a teacher and I failed this course?" And I'm like, okay, maybe you didn't prepare. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And you're saying to me, you and your school are going to be trialing this, because if your children can do it, then that means that they can encourage other children around the world. They will be the first 10 and 11-year-olds to spend the next year working through those courses and getting those certificates. And when they get those certificates, they will then apply to us, and they will be the very first Educate Global Sustainability and Climate Change ambassadors.
That will be really good, yeah.
They will be youth ambassadors.
That's right, yeah.
For sustainable climate change learning. So that's quite a weighty. You guys have really taken it on. So I'm like, okay.
The pace is a bit too fast, I think.
No, I tell you what, bring it on. Bring it on. I love it because this is what I had in my head when Denise and I presented our idea to the United Nations 2 years ago. They said to us, "It's impossible, can't be done." And we said, we know that if you upskill the teachers, and they said,
Yes, exactly.
"Ah, we've tried it." And I said, okay, all right. And then the UN said, can you prove that you can get this into 80 schools in the United Kingdom? I think they thought we'd go away. And we
They give you a hard job and they are.
and if I, as we are developing now, I mean, we will be putting out a press release about your school's achievements and how you did this during a pandemic.
Yes, exactly.
And if you can do that during a pandemic lockdown, what I'm interested in is how is this going to help with your recovery curriculum? How do you feel that now that you have this very strong, because look, it's a hierarchy, it's a triangular system where we know that we've got you at the top, your main sustainability and lead, and then you have those 5 teams. So you've got you, your main team, and your 5 teams. How are you going to be using everything you've got as you are working through the Gold Award, which is very hard? I mean, it's hard. It's not going to be easy. How are you going to use this as part of your recovery curriculum?
Yeah, we have already worked on that also, actually.
Okay, tell me.
We have already mapped the curriculum, cross curriculum, because we had a meeting how to deliver cross curriculum with climate change across the school, right from FS till year 13. And I'm a person who strongly believe that we need to start from FS because they are the smallest, and we need to make them also responsible and empower those students. It should start from that small age, actually. So we have already mapped the curriculum across the school from year FS till year 13. To be very honest, from 11, 12, 13, we are doing it in a very different way because they are both classes. So our plan is very different. So we can say that the curriculum has been mapped from FS till year 10 for the academic year September 2020-2021. That is curriculum mapping, which we've already done. Second thing, what we have done is to get a better or deeper understanding, or like exactly what you said, how to use what they have learned in these 5 modules. So usually every year we have got the bulletin boards outside the classrooms of each class. We have 126 classrooms, and we have 126 classroom bulletin boards outside the classrooms. Okay, I knew you will be so clear that. So we have come across different topics for this 126 classes linked to climate change. Some of the examples I'll tell you is one is organic cooking, ecotourism, zero waste in kitchen, how sustainable transport can save the world. These are a few examples. So across the school for 126 classes, we have come up with different topics and has been shared with the teachers. It's been done by my Super 5, the climate change leaders, actually. They have done it because, in our school, we strongly believe in distributed leadership, man. I just guide them, that's all. And they have come up with the head of teaching and learning and deputy head of teaching and learning, primary and secondary. They had a meeting with the subject leaders, and they've come across, they came up with all these topics for primary, secondary boys and secondary girls, because we have taken into consideration the boys and girls also, because boys, they are quite happy with some topics. You need to take topics which interest them. So we have taken into consideration some of the special topics for boys, and I can share with you those topics. And along with the topics, when we shared with the form tutors, we have shared some links also with them so that they can go back and do a bit of research with their children and put up this on the bulletin board outside their classroom. So along with the curriculum mapping, this also has been done. But, the other day we had a meeting, the health and safety protocol people, health and safety people have come from the GEMS corporate office. And they said that no, you cannot have bulletin boards for this academic year, at least for the first term, because it's, a paper, the touching paper and those kind of things. I said, don't worry, no issues. We will use digital boards, I said. So we're not going to stop here. We will use digital boards. So, last Wednesday, we started thinking, because everybody started working along these lines, they started doing research, working along with the students. They always involve the students also. Actually, for us, the school is reopening on 30th. So 30th, that particular week, everybody has to put up their bulletin boards. So they have already started preparing. So I said, no, it should not go waste. And, we should not disappoint our teachers. So what we can do is we can think of an alternative way of having it digitally somewhere, and we can share with the students and the parents. And, we can share with you, we can upload it on the Educcate global platform also, so that others also will get to see what the students have done. So along with curriculum mapping, this is what we have done.
That is absolutely incredible. Now, I know that your economics teacher, he was the very first who said, can we have the introduction to the green economy for our year 9s?
Yes. Yeah.
So I have not slept for days. We have been rebuilding the introduction to the green economy, because it's very difficult to go, to expect even a teacher to go through, that course on that portal. The original courses are not easy to work through.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've taken those courses, we've rebuilt them into audio-visual versions so that they are a video version with a PDF download, so they can watch the video, listen as an MP3, like a podcast or an Audible book, have the PDF, if there is a PowerPoint, have that available to them. And what I'm doing as an extra is I'm taking that entire introduction to the green economy and I'm breaking it up into single points. Each slide with each synopsis is going up onto the Educate Global e-library. I think it should be up there already for you.
Oh,
so that when your
fantastic
back, that you and you can onboard your pupils. I think you've already started onboarding your pupils.
Yes, exactly.
They are on there, so those year 9s are on that e-library. They can start going through it step by step by step. You do not want pupils to rush through that content. You want them to do the quizzes, and only when you know that they can pass those quizzes, only then do they move over and go to that existing old portal, the one that we call the old portal, and make sure that they get more than 70%, because they have to get more than 70%.
70%, yeah.
Get that certificate. Now, for me, I would love for every school in the world to follow your outline. I mean, that's just unbelievable. I would never ever expected to put them into teams and to put them against each other.
I'm very thankful to my teachers and my team. Yeah.
I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm so pleased. It's what we wanted, what we envisaged at the very outset was, how are we going to deliver sustainability and climate change learning, adaptation, mitigation? How are we going to deliver it as if it's a golden thread throughout the curriculum? Because yes, there are, we know that last year the Minister of Education for Italy said, oh, we're going to be, every school in Italy is going to be delivering climate change. And we watched this and I thought, political move here.
Oh, yeah, true.
And then we went to COP25 in Madrid in December, and sure enough, they were running around. That minister was running around the conference of the parties, and I thought, you want to raise money. And then he didn't get what he wanted, and boom, he was out. His party, he was gone. I always know, I just know that, you know, we can protest, we can write letters to our MPs, but the very best way is just to teach this information to children.
Children,
We start
exactly.
from the bottom up. We upskill our teachers. Our
Teachers.
teachers have the knowledge. They become the specialist teachers. They are they are the deliverers of this information. And teachers are so creative. I mean, I would never have expected having how many? 100 and something classrooms? How many?
126.
126 classrooms, each having,
A climate change board.
I mean, that's just mind-blowing.
I can send. I can send you the list of the topics we have selected. I can share with you that.
I'll
Actually.
tell you what we do, Jay. What we do. We ask Jyoti and Vijaya, I want that list. I'm going to add that underneath this talk today.
Sure.
And we are going to add them. We're going to show, you know, that is just for them to see, for other schools to see what you are doing and to follow your progress. The other thing that Jyoti said the other day in our meeting, she said, do you know that we keep minutes of all of our weekly?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
And I said, what? She said, yeah, because, you know, we're going to be a case study. And I said, you are a case study. How did I miss that? And I said to her, well, as your school is leading this, you are, to be a hub school, to be a gold school, you are a hub school. You will be training up all the other schools in all of Dubai, then all of the United Arab Emirates. You will be training the other hub schools. And she said, but then we can go to India. And I said, okay, wait. I said to her, I can't go to India just yet. Now, where do you see this going? Where do you want your pupils to be? What do you want them to get out of this?
Yeah, that's a good question again. I had a meeting with a group of girls the other day, the last month, and recently last Monday also, a group of young girls, and I told them that I will definitely introduce to Melanie. She will be excited to talk to you all. And I mean, they're aware of what is happening in the school. And again, I gave it a kind of a, you know, open forum to the students who are interested to become a part of this. You can talk to me during the holidays, and few kids, they came and spoke to me. And they have already come with an action plan, actually, these girls. And one, you know, they came up with 3 plans, and I've added 2 more to them. One is they came up with fashion diet, okay, because we can recycle, reuse, and repair the clothes. That's one thing which they would like to do from for the, you know, what I told them is that keep 2 terms, because when the school reopens, we have got September to December and from December to June. But we don't know what's going to happen in the month from September to December, because we are going back to school. So we are not very sure of what we are going to do. So one is fashion diet. Second thing is paperless school. We will not be using paper at all in the school. And what we have done is that I must give you this data to you, that again, it's a very, very interesting data. You know, I'm very much interested in these kind of things, the environment, sustainability. So I'm very particular that, you know, when the teachers waste the paper, I tell them we shouldn't be wasting papers. So I make them accountable. And when it comes for printing, they have to submit a requisition form only when it is required. I've been doing it since 2014, actually. And 1 year we have saved about 80,000 dirhams, actually, by being strict in terms of cutting down on photocopying the papers. So I've been doing it since 2014. But I was very much interested during the lockdown period from March to June. So what I've done is that I have taken 2 years back how much paper we used from March to June, and I compared with the March to June, this 2020, this lockdown period. And it will shock you, it will shock you when I tell you, you know, for the last, this is an approximate number, but not the accurate number. The previous 2 years, we have used about 1,500 reams, which is equivalent to 750,000 sheets of paper. And we didn't use this lockdown period because it was online, it was technology. We didn't use 1,500 reams. And because of that, we could save 88 trees and saved 18,000 dirham, which is equivalent to about 3,800 pounds. This is, I'm talking about the 6 months. Just the 6 months.
Vijaya, that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's having the hard data, the evidence to show that by being sustainable, you are saving money, you are delivering the same, you know, more than the value that you were delivering.
Exactly.
You're still delivering that value. That is incredible.
Yeah.
I had a phone call from a lady the other day, a school, I'm not going to name the school, and she pointed out to me that they saved more money just by switching off the lights after every lesson than getting solar panels. And she had the figures, she had the figures like you just, and I said, are you kidding me? I thought that solar panels, and she said, no, the money that we saved by switching off the lights as soon as we left that classroom was more than putting the solar panels up. And I just thought, wow, you know, these just like what you've just said with paper.
Yeah.
Vijaya, what would you, do you think that your pupils, the ones that are going to be doing these courses and are going to be moving forward with, there's a lot more. There's so much more in the Gold Award. You're going to be doing PR for your school. So we're going to be training your pupils how to run their very own online media portal. So they're going to be learning how to write press releases. They're going to be learning how to interview people to write their own magazine features and news features. They're going to be learning how to set up their very own press kit, how to set up a press and a media room, and how to set up their very own school online newspaper. But you've got 5,000 children. So from what I'm thinking, that it might be better for your school to break them up into teams, you know, break them up into your 4 teams, and then they can compete against each other as to who writes the best press release for that week. Because with the software that we are going to include, you get PR for your school, and I think you can write 4 press releases a month, and each week you will choose the best press release, or I think it's 4 or 2. I need to go back and find out.
Yeah.
That is enough for your pupils to write a press release about one of those 126 initiatives that they are working on, to get the research and to put that press release out. The press release goes out to more than 80,000 journalists worldwide. And then that we can guarantee, almost guarantee, that those pupils will be published journalists. And then what they do with that article, how they take the hyperlink for the article, and we teach them how to create a LinkedIn post, a Twitter post, a Facebook post, how to create a blog with that article. How you need to take the media. One story isn't just one story. It has to grow. It has to have a support system, because when your pupils understand how to promote themselves using the media, they become very adept for when they go into the world of work or running their own entrepreneurships, their own businesses, management, leadership roles, because these are going to be leaders.
Yeah, these are the skills they need to develop in the end.
You know, We want them to be able to know how to build their media, how to present their media, how to promote their media, and how to build a tribe. Because you can be a leader, but without a tribe to vote for you,
True. True.
it doesn't mean anything.
True.
So these are skills that your pupils, your gold award pupils, so they're going to be getting these certificates, but I want them to do so much more. I want them to be interviewing you for a magazine article. I want them to be interviewing their sustainability and climate change lead teachers and team members, and interviewing directors and CEOs of businesses. There was something that one of your teachers sent me the other day, and it was an incredible video about recycling in Singapore.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and I thought, hang on a minute. I would love to see a project where your pupils go and interview the CEO of that company. I want them to interview the person that developed it. I want them to interview the scientists that run that factory. I want them to interview the biologists that are measuring the impact. I want them to come back and analyze the data, because it's lovely to see a video. I want to see evidence.
Exactly. Exactly.
I want your pupils to be deeper critical thinkers, deeper cognitive thinkers. I don't want them to just go, oh, that's a great video, that must be true. I want them to go and prove it. Prove it, like you've just done with the paper. Prove it to me.
So with this data, I mean, I could convince people that, we can go paperless. If we can do during the 6 months without paper, we can go throughout the year. So that's what we have planned. Even the admin staff also I spoke to, that we will go completely paperless. And the third one which we have decided is that no plastic at all. Even because no plastic, because the parents, teachers, they all use plastic bags in the school to carry the notebooks home, and for the book sale we use plastic. So so we have decided with the children. So this is a children's initiative, but I have to talk to the manager, school operations, and the accounts people, and those kind of things. So we have decided that 100%. Actually, before we started with Educcate Global, I've come up with a smart bag project actually, and we have started. Then the school closed. What we have done is that we have asked the parents to bring in, parents, teachers, and the students to bring in old clothes actually, and from those old clothes we make bags, and we have made few bags. I will send you the pictures of the bags which we have made. And just because we were doing it, and then the school closed. So I have got lots of clothes in my office. So we will go back and do it. I will send you the pictures which they have actually, pictures of the bags where the parents sent it, and my support staff actually. There's a girl, a support staff, she got very much interested, and she came to my office and she told me, I can do for you. Okay, give me the clothes. And in 24 hours time, she came back with 2 bags with the clothes. I gave it to her. So, I can include support staff also. I can include teachers also, parents also. And what we were planning to do is, that we have got 5,000 children, and we've got a multiplus. And what I've decided is that we can have a workshop for all the students to see that how will we make smart bag from old clothes, used clothes. And we were planning to set up sewing machines and bring in the parents and the support staff and the teachers, because we've got a lot of teachers who know sewing very well, and to bring them and do that. But unfortunately we could not do all those things. So these are all plans in the pipeline, which we will be doing it very soon once we go back to the normalcy in the school.
Jaya, my daughter is, she's just turned 13, and I know that if you told her that she would be sewing and learning how to use a sewing machine to recycle old clothes, to make bags, my daughter would be there. That's all she wants to learn. She wants to learn these skills. Because she said to me, I don't have any skills. I said, what are you talking about? She said, I don't have skills, Mum. I don't know how to thread a needle. I don't know how to sew something with a machine. You know, I want to be able to make my own masks. I want to make my own clothes. I want to recycle stuff. So I said, okay, well, maybe I can go on Freely Wheelie and look if somebody's got a sewing machine that they want to, you know, move on, and you can start learning. And because, you know, I'm not good at that, but these are skills. These are incredible.
Exactly.
These are fine motor skills, because you are teaching them. You know, we don't realize, one of my friends is a top surgeon, and he says that some of the issues that when they see these very gifted medical students come out of med school and they can't operate because they don't have the fine motor skills.
For the skills, true.
So by developing the sewing and the fine motor skills for sewing and knitting and crocheting, you are actually preparing those med school surgeons of the future. Those
true.
you know, we never even think about it. We think, oh, well, a vet loves animals. We never think that that vet is going to have to sew that animal.
True.
And what do we do if they can't sew? So every single thing that you are going to be teaching them as part of this program, that's a recovery. That for me is a recovery.
Yes, true. Exactly.
We had a talk earlier today, which was a lady called Vasily Kiyuki, and she's busy working on, she's from Imperial College London, and she's working on a research project to assess the teaching of the SDGs, of the Sustainable Development Goals. And I will share her talk with you. It will be on here. You can go and have a look at it. And it's fascinating for what she sees as the way that we teach those SDGs and how we measure the way that we teach it. Because she said, we have to train the teachers how to do the assessment.
Right.
B, we need to look at the baseline data. You know, do the pupils understand what these questions are? Do they understand what the SDGs are? And 9 times out of 10, I know personally with assessments, we look at the baseline data and then we start crying. We get very emotional. We go, I thought that we were teaching this. But it's so good to be able to know where we are falling short, so that when we do the follow-on assessment, we can see, have we improved? Have we improved in our abilities? Have we improved in our methodologies of delivering this very, very important content? I'm amazed. So for you and I, for the Gold Award, which you're definitely going to be doing, I want your pupils to show me how they write a press release that is going to raise the money to cover the costs of your school doing the Gold Award. I want your pupils to be the ones to think of the fundraising that they need to do, and the outreach, the letters that they need to write, the articles they need to write, the radio interviews that they need to be doing, the TV broadcast interviews that they need to be doing, and the concepts of a business plan. I would love for your pupils to come together and work with your leaders, your 5 team leaders, to create a business strategy and say, how are we going to raise the funds to invest in our school doing the Gold Award, so that we can cover the costs of the PR for your school, all of the content, because with Educate Global, you know that we don't just leave you. Once you've done those 5 courses, your teachers come back and say to me, how do we teach climate change? So we
Yes.
have to build you that inset training.
Yes, that's very important. Yeah, that's very, very important. Yeah.
And the other thing that you have to have is the blended learning, the content. So like your school is doing mini readers, and
Yeah.
soon you're going to be trialing Wild Planet Explorers Juniors, Wild Planet Explorers Kids. You're going to be doing Get Media Savvy Kids. That's something that you're going to be doing. Now, my daughter filmed that for your pupils. She was 12 years old, and she filmed the tips of how to get how to write a press release, how to get your connect with the news. And during lockdown, because of doing that, she said, I'm not going to present this unless it works. I said, okay. So she got herself into the Guardian, into the Metro Mail, into the Evening Standard, and the BBC. So if a 12-year-old can do that,
Yeah,
your
true.
5,000 pupils are going to be all over the media promoting you and your school and your sustainability and climate change team leaders and those teams. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen, because that's a story, that how much money you've saved on paper during it.
Yeah. It's not about, it's, yeah, of course, money. I was telling Mr. Carl the other day, we need to find out from, this is one of the Gen School in 6 months. Similarly, if we start talking about all the schools, how much of money we can save, plus not just the money, it's about cutting down the trees, right, to make. And I think when I was doing a bit of research, what I found is that only 10 to 12% of the tree only is being used to make paper, and the rest is a waste, actually.
What?
Yes.
You've got to create a lesson for me, Vijaya,
Yeah,
on the Educate Global e-library, because we need to share that with
sure,
all.
I will do that. I'll do that.
I think that the beauty of the recovery curriculum is going to be sharing.
Yeah, true.
And it's going to be giving and sharing and imparting our best practice and our knowledge, so that what we learn, you've just taught me something today.
Yeah.
And that for me is a lesson. I see that as a lesson going up on the e-library. The other thing that I love about what you're doing is I love how you've incorporated your Arabic teachers into your lead teams, because when I showed your team the e-library, you can translate the e-library into 54 languages. And it was when I showed them that you can translate it into Arabic, they were all going, ooh. And I thought, why are they reacting like this? And only now that I've spoken to you,
Yeah.
I see why. So now I get it. That was absolutely brilliant. Incredible, incredible. Where do you see your school after this crazy pandemic lockdown, Vijaya? Where do you see your school going?
We're all well prepared, and we get a lot of support from GEMS, actually, Health and Safety Department. And we had to submit our school readiness plans to the government, the KHTA. So they also have approved our plan. So we are looking forward to welcoming the students and the teachers. The students will be, our new teachers are joining on 16th. They will be training for them for a week, and the rest of the staff is joining us on 23rd. But today's newspaper, it has come 23rd is a holiday, so from 24th we will be having all our teachers on board. And from 27 the first day, the small RFS kids are coming. And from 30th onwards, the whole school is going to come back, but all of them are not going to come together, actually. We will be, as per the protocol from the government, with the social distancing of 2 meters and the students separation in less than 1.5 meters, we cannot have, in FS and year 1, we cannot have more than 10 students in a class. And year 2 upwards, we cannot have 12 students in a class. So we will be doing blended learning, actually. If the 12 students come to school, the rest of the children will be sitting at home. But We will be telecasting. There will be live streaming of lessons. Whatever the teacher is doing in the lesson, the children sitting at home also will be able to get to see. So second week, the children sitting at home, they will come to school. So it's a 2 weeks timetable.
Vijaya, what sort of planning goes into something like this? How do you sleep?
Sorry?
You can't
Yeah,
be
it is.
sleeping. You can't be sleeping because you must just be working.
Yeah, it is because, you know, we all said that the summer was, you know, working holiday actually, because we had to submit to the KHTA, the readiness plan, which has gone up and down, and finally they've approved. And we have something called a parent school contract. This has been sent to all the parents from the KHTA, and it has to be approved. And we have sent a survey to all the parents asking how many of them would like to come to school and how many of them would like to have the remote learning, 100% remote learning. As of now, it is going as 60-40%. 60 would like to come to school and 40 would like 100% remote learning. You know, you never know that it's going to be a constant number. The reason being, you know, when the children start, because the parents are a bit scared to send the children to school. So when they send the children to school, and if they feel that everything is fine and there are no issues, the health and safety is being taken care of, then they might think that, you know, okay, everything is safe, I'm going to send my child also to school. So what we have decided is that we have already sent a survey, and if the parents have to take the decision but before the school reopens on 30th, then whether they would like to bring the child to the school or not. So based on that, for 2 weeks, they have to stick to that. They cannot change their mind saying that, no, in the middle of the week, no, I would like to send my child to school, because there's a lot of planning. Because we cannot have more than 12 students. If 13th child, I cannot have it in the class. So what do I do with that kid? So there's a lot of planning. And in the bus, we can have only 50% occupancy, not more than that. And so, yes, it's a lot of planning. Yeah, it's a lot of planning.
I remember sitting in on your big staff meeting. You kindly all invited me because it was like a big thing that I was awarding you your bronze award.
Silver.
Your silver award. And I got to sit in to listen to the whole full-on staff meeting. And the one thing that totally got me was that if a child did not log in to a lesson, you were all monitoring that when you delivered a teleconference or a lesson via Teams or whatever you were using, if they didn't log in, somebody would phone them and say, are you having this lesson? And if they didn't answer their phone, you were sending a driver with another Chromebook to their home. I thought, there's no way they can get away from you.
Our parents are very, very different, actually.
Well, I am looking forward to seeing your process and your progress, and I am incredibly blessed and grateful that you are running this, because if it wasn't for you, it wouldn't happen.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Vijaya. If anybody has any questions, you can email us on support@educateglobal.org. That's EDUCCATE global.org. And we will transcribe this and put it below. And any added learning, additional links that Vijaya thinks that we would be interested in will be added as a download to this talk. and we will see you on the other side.
Thank you. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you so much on behalf of the students and staff and parents at the TWS. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.